So welcome, Mr. Babcock.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. I'm so excited. I'm Peggy Morrow.
Okay,
So
good to
nice
meet
to
you.
meet you. And this is my class. So we have, I think, let's see, 31, including me and you. And there's another adult in the room, Mr. Kiernan, who is he takes care of the tech support, like letting you into the room.
Okay. I see a
And
Solanus. That's my confirmation name.
ah, and now that you're here, there are four Josephs.
Oh, not bad. Not bad.
So we wanted to ask you a little bit about Friar Dude.
Okay.
And I'm sharing my screen now, but I don't have to.
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and stop that share. And Mr. Kiernan, oh, you are a co-host. So if you would like to share your screen and show us Friar Dude and talk a little bit about how it works and where you got the idea. And, I sent you a whole list of things.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
We can play around. I don't know if you've already done that or not.
Um, I will put the link in chat and these guys can follow along with you.
Okay. Otherwise, yeah, I can share my screen playing it. I don't know if that's what you were going for.
Yeah, if you share your screen and play,
Sure.
and I put the link in, and they play at the same time, I find that
Sure.
actually, teaching computer science for about 20 years now, I
Yeah.
find that works pretty good. Okay, so here is the link.
It's very loud. I didn't Yeah, the audio is not very balanced.
And are you sharing your screen at this point?
I am in process. Okay,
Okay, okay.
now I am sharing. There we go. Can you see my screen?
We can. And I'm going to back up just a little. Um, can you tell the guys about and there's some girls, computer science is not all guys. Can you tell them about your journey? So you were in formation as a Capuchin Franciscan,
Yeah,
which is what Padre Pio was, right? St. Padre
that's
Pio.
right. Padre Pio and Solanus Casey,
Ah, as
I
well.
mentioned. Yep. And
And
yeah, so it's been 6 years or 7 years since I did this little Friar Dude game. And so much has changed since then. But basically, yeah, I entered the Capuchin Franciscan order. So I wanted to give my life to the Lord. I was like 17 years old when I entered the seminary, and I wanted to give my life to the Lord. And then when I was like 15, I read a book of Saint Francis of Assisi's writings, and that set me on a whole different way. And after that, I read the Gospel of Matthew for the very first time. Then after that, I started to pray for the first time, and I went to adoration like once a week. I like snuck away to the church and I would pray. And basically, after a couple of years, by the end of high school, I knew that I really wanted to give my life to the Lord. So I knew the Capuchins. They were in my area. I'm from the Milwaukee area, and like, yeah, it all kind of came together. And I went to the university for a year, and I had a good spiritual director, and I talked about this throughout the whole year with this good priest. And then at the end of the year, I was like, I feel ready to enter the Franciscans. Um, but I feel like it's a little bit wild to leave college after a year. But there was kind of a pause, and then he said, "You know what, Joe? Like, I think you're ready." And then when he said that, I just had a tremendous peace, so much peace, and I knew that was the Holy Spirit. So then entered the Capuchins. Um, I was in the Capuchins for 5 years. Very happy years. I mean, it was just like the game, postulancy, novitiate, it's the simple vows. You take these vows that last for a year. I did that 3 times. Um, but then really, like for me, everything that made me want to give me my life to the Lord in the beginning, it's all remained the same. But I was more just like, I really got clarity about the particularity of my own vocation. And I really discerned that, like, yeah, I'm called to be a priest. First of all, that's really what I've discerned. And then second of all, to be a missionary, a foreign missionary in particular. So then one way or another, that led me to where I am now. So I went from being a seminarian and a Capuchin, so I was a Capuchin seminarian, to being a seminarian. I mean, I'm basically like a diocesan seminarian, except a missionary seminarian. So um, I'm not a religious, like I don't have like the vows of poverty or obedience or whatnot, but we still like, yeah, just like if you think of like your normal parish priest, like that's what the Paris Foreign Mission Society is. It's just sent on mission. Um, it's a long story. I just summarized a lot, but now I live in Paris, so we're in France right now. It's nice. It's pretty out, and I'm going to be entering the second year, like the fourth or fifth year of seminary in August.
And so you'll be about 4 more years in formation, 3 to 4.
Oh, actually less. Yeah, I mean like three. I'd say like 3 years. Yeah, it's a long story,
Uh-huh. Well, that
but
was
yeah,
a good summary. That was
but
a good
like
summary.
it's beautiful. Like when I just look back on it all, like you just see how like if you just trust like God's providence, He provides. So that's how we got here.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. And you want to go ahead and show us Friar Dude? It looks like some of these guys have figured it out from their comments in chat. I don't know if you've seen some of those.
I am overwhelmed by the functions here. Okay, I can't
Okay.
see the chat.
And while
Oh
you're
yeah.
bringing up Friar Dude, I must tell you, I just got installed as the president of my local chapter of the St. Junipero Serra Club.
Okay.
And the most common time in a person's life when they get called to a vocation is 17.
Yeah. Yeah. It's real.
I just, yeah. So I thought that was interesting. There you go, guys. That's a real thing. If you hear that call too.
I remember I was 8 years old when I wanted to be a priest, but I also really liked like soldiers and tanks, and I wanted to have a lot of money. So there was a career day. This is the weirdest thing, but for career day, I was a mercenary priest because for me, the mercenary was a soldier with all the cool stuff, but with more money, and then a priest. So there was something there, and that disappeared until I was like 17. But there was something there. There was something at work.
God's power.
Well, I guess I'll play around. I think
Okay.
everybody's already playing, but I'll just kind of narrate. So here we got the opening screen. What was I trying to do when I made this game? So I studied computer programming for 2 years at a technical college when I was in high school. So in high school, I did like normal high school classes during the day, and then at night, it was a public school. And then at night, I went to the technical college and just studied programming. I was like super obsessed with programming and like video game development and design. Like I just was super like just exciting, interesting stuff for me. So when I entered the Capuchins, like I kind of just wanted to like, I don't know, like give a monument to what that was for me or something. Like it was kind of like, yeah, like let's do something with that, but with my new life now. And so I had a little free time. So it was just like a couple months in my free time. I put this little thing together. And looking back on it, like you guys, if you ever want to make games, like you're all going to make much, much better things than this. And you're going to do so much better than me. So this was easy to do. And it's pretty bad, actually. Like I look at the code for it, it's so disorganized. It's just a mess. Um, but yeah, it's fun. It's just nonsense. So here's Friar Dude. I don't know if you guys understand the symbolism, but you know, you're a friar, or, you know, and you've got all these different responsibilities. So you've got, you know, studies, and you've got work at the church, and you've got, I don't know what the computer means. I guess studies. Um, I don't know what the Tau cross means, serving the poor, and that you've got, there's the soup bowl, that's serving the poor. I did work at the Capuchin soup kitchen. And then you got to get enough rest. Um, and then also, if you get the Holy Spirit, if you're inflamed by the Holy Spirit, you're invincible. Nothing can stop you. You're good to go. Extra lives, that's an extra life. So the whole game, the object of the game is to get enough sleep. Theologically, I don't think that I can say that this is the most profound game in the world. But okay, here we are. We're at step one, and we're in postulancy. We're at the very beginning. We're getting a little bit of rest, and you know, you got at each different part of your life. So in the beginning, in postulancy, you've got this assortment of things. You've got some studies, and you've got some work at the soup kitchen, and it adjusts depending on where you're at in your life. So if you're later on, if you're like in simple vows, or if you're like an old friar, then you've got more work at the church, and then, you know, you've got less of some other things. But look, so now I'm a novice. So now that you're a novice, you wear the brown robe, you get the habit. That in the background, it's all pixeled up and goofy, but that's the city of Assisi in the background, which is where St. Francis of Assisi comes from. And I tried to kind of make the color scheme, you know, earthy, kind of like the Franciscans, but I also didn't really have any concept of design, so it's kind of ugly, but you know, it was a lot of fun. So I got the Holy Spirit. I'm just having a great time here. Uh-oh. I saw somebody got to level 4. Oh goodness. A high score. Okay, so now we're in first vows. So these vows, they last just 1 year. Oh geez. Oh no. Okay, we're back on track. Yeah, I don't know. Did anybody beat this game yet? I don't think I ever beat it personally. I had a friend beat it. And then I think I beat it once when I made it easier. But it's pretty hard at the end. You
So
know,
these these guys, so the class is just an 8-day summer class. It's coding with Minecraft.
oh great.
And so it's got a very similar look to Friar Dude, you know, the
Yeah.
pixelated graphics, etc.
Hmm.
But so we're focusing, because Minecraft is obviously not very Catholic. You know,
Yeah.
and it's got some dark powers in it and things like that. So we're focusing on, gee, if we could learn how to code, then we could make Catholic games that help people build up God's virtue and power within them, which is what Friar Dude does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a negative game, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, here's it changed from the sun to the moon, but actually, what that's supposed to symbolize is Saint Francis of Assisi's Canticle of the Creatures. He sings brother sun and sister moon. He calls the sun and the moon his brother and his sister when he's praising God for the beauty of creation. So yeah, halfway through it goes from being the brother sun phase to the sister moon phase. It also gets really hard. Um, yeah. So
Things move faster here.
there you go. That's the gist of it. You got to share your score. For me, I wanted people to know about the Capuchin Franciscans. So for me, it was a little bit of like a publicity thing. Like, hey, people aren't going to go and look up what the Capuchin Franciscans are. It's for most people, they have no idea, but they'll play a stupid little game and then they'll click on a link, okay, what's this all about? So it's a nice way to teach people a little bit about St. Francis.
All right. Can we give him a round of applause? And you guys can all turn on your mics. That would sound kind of cool. Okay. Because what they're going to do. Yay.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much. I learned a lot. I didn't know about Phaser and I didn't know about BFXR. There is teaching computer science, and I meet with all these other computer science teachers and we trade tools, but there's still so many things out there. So it's especially fun to hear about Phaser because you said that you can make the game that would play on the web and on an iPhone and on an Android. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Awesome. I'm going to check it out.
Cool.
I'm excited.
Thank you so much. God bless you all.
God bless you. Thank you. And you're welcome to stay around, but I know you said you have the rosary coming up.
Yeah, we're going to go hit the rose.
Okay. God bless you.
Yeah. Good to talk to you all. God
bless. Bye-bye.